This is Dabu 7. We now have word that droves of Americans, hordes of Americans as they put it, are moving to Mexico to escape the rapid rising inflation in the United States. Now, a lot of people envision these hordes coming across the border into the United States, which they are, but many don't realize just how many Americans are slipping across the border going down to Mexico to get away from everything that's happening here in America. Because of the cost of living in California becoming so oppressive, many residents are fleeing the state, and they're saying that most of the people that they see coming down into Mexico are coming from California. They're saying that increasing prevalence of work at home opportunities has made it easier for Americans to be employed in the United States while living in Mexico. And there are multitudes of others that are actually making the commute across the border on a daily basis, going to and from to live in Mexico and to work in the United States. They're going to say that thousands of Californians are fleeing to Mexico amid the soaring cost of living in the Golden State, and they're taking advantage of all this work. And they go on to say, of course, this new trend is starting to drive up property values in northern Mexico. In fact, one real estate professional in the area says that at this point, at least half of his customers are actually from the state of California. All these people coming down into northern Mexico, making the land, the prices go up. This is happening. And it's happening more than what people realize. So I figured I would shed some light on it here. Many would never have imagined that things would get so bad in California that in what they consider to be drug-infested Mexico, it would actually start to look good to multitudes of Americans. But, as they say in this article, that's exactly where we're at. And the cost of living is only going to continue to get higher. In the United States, the gas hitting an all-time record high for the 33rd time in the last 35 days. And there's their signature 33 they throw in there. So, I could go on about the baby food, supply chains, food itself. The people see these issues, and they're making a move to Mexico. Believe it or not. I'm going to leave a link with more information on this. Join me for the live streams where I discuss this and more. You'll find links below. Much love.
That's safe, man. Every time I do a fucking show, it's bull. God damn. Shalom, Slakia. Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, Bashem Kakadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. Noise in the gospel, brother, not the standard of Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, wherever it may be. Ain't this a trip, right? Ain't that funny how the shoe was on the other foot now? Now these cockazoids, man, these Edomites want to flee to Mexico now after you hate Issachar. Okay, so you only thing you're gonna go down there and do is pollute that land, even though Issachar is ran by Edomites. I mean, you guys so-called Issacharite dictators that's set up, but they're under E. But if I heard him correctly, I believe that he just stated that basically like the prices are going up in northern Mexico. So you think that they're not gonna drive up inflation in Mexico too? Especially when they know that you have the money to pay. That's a gold mine coming down there, man, because a lot of these Edomites, man, they're taking money out of their reserve, their FRA accounts, or what is it, IRA accounts, their savings accounts, their businesses. And you go down there in Mexico with $1,000, man, and you'll live like a king. Okay, because I believe, what is it, the pesos, if I'm not mistaken, I believe like the dollar is I think like a pay of $1 in America is probably like 30, 40, 50 pesos, man. I'm just throwing that number out there because that money is so devalued down there to the point that $100 in Mexico will get you a long way. You can buy a hotel, drinks, go out to eat, buy harlots, whatever you want to do, man. It's that good. You know, like a lot of people, they go to Tijuana. Okay, but going to Mexico, that's a trip. That's straight hypocrisy. Okay, because for one thing, you did your best to try to keep Issachar out of his own country, because believe it or not, if I'm not mistaken, I believe parts of Cali was considered Mexico. Okay, I think Mexico went as far as up as Texas. Okay, California, you know, Nevada. Those were Gadite lands, man. Okay, but nonetheless, You want to run your little funky ass down there and spread your little democracy, okay? Which shows you devils, man. You got a huge thing coming because now you can't afford to live beyond your means. You want to go down there and just funk up the place. All right, but the Most High got another thing for you because a judgment is going to follow you, okay? So it says hordes of Mexicans are moving to Mexico to escape rapidly rising inflation in the U.S. It says when we talk about immigration, we tend to envision vast hordes of impoverished immigrants that are desperate to find a way across our southern border. But did you know that large numbers of Americans are actually going in the opposite direction? Bet you won't trip about them coming up here now. It says because the cost of, and then Esau's so wicked, he'll try to overthrow them out of there. He'll try to tell them, okay, you got to get out of Mexico. Like, wait a minute, man. You already pushed them out of America, okay? And now all of a sudden you want to push them out of their own damn land. But it says here, it says because the cost of living in California has become so oppressive that many residents of the state are choosing to flee to Mexico, where everything tends to cost quite a bit less. It says the increasing prevalence of work at home opportunities has made it easier for Americans to be employed in the U.S. while living in Mexico. Okay, but it says, but there are other multitudes of others that actually make a commute across the southern border on a daily basis, right? Because people who actually work there, they live there and they come to work in the States and they go back and forth. It says thousands of Californians are fleeing to Mexico amid the soaring cost of living in the Golden State. It says Americans are taking advantage of work from home, are reaping the benefits of U.S. salaries while living off Mexico's cheapest lifestyle. Ain't that a bitch? These people, man, they got some fucking nerve, man. These people just want their cake and eat it too. These people, they just ain't got it, man. These people are really that entitled, okay? They're really that entitled. They will not give up their lifestyle, that lavish lifestyle they're used to having. They will not give that up. They will hate to see that. That's why when this place finally falls, these people are going to literally commit suicide. They're going to drive themselves crazy. They're going to start killing. Because, hey, when the stock market's tanking, let's say if an Edomite put $1 million in there, his whole savings, and that shit fails, Esau would literally kill himself and his whole family. Because that's how weak he is. All right, but these people, they steady trying to get this whole American lifestyle back. But it's done, man. Okay? It says, while living out Mexico's cheapest lifestyle. It says others are living in Mexico while commuting to work in the U.S., but critics have argued that the influx of Americans in cities south of the border has begun to price out local Mexicans, right? It says the course of this new trend, and a lot of them cartels will start killing a lot of you too. But it says, of course, this new trend is starting to drive up property values in northern Mexico. So just like, bam, you go there, then X, Y, and Z. But it says, but in fact, one real estate professional in the area says that at this point, at least half of his customers are actually from the state of California. He said, I would say at least half are coming down from California, such and such. But certainly the cost of taxes, the crime rates, and politics, all the things that people are unhappy with in California are coming down to Mexico. But I never imagined that things would get so bad in Cali that the drug-infested Mexico will actually start to look good to the multitudes of Americans, man, okay? So these people, man, they got another thing coming, all right? But it says, sadly, this is just the beginning. But thanks to the soaring prices of the fertilizer, the other key inputs, food prices are likely to move quite a bit higher during the final months of 2022 and beyond. So by 2023, shit, we may be paying double the price for gas. It's $4 now. We may be paying $8 here in Missouri. But it says, but according to one recent survey, almost 60% of U.S. farmers expect their input prices to be at least 30% higher this year. Damn. And that's a big jump. So the big problem now is the food is going to be the food that is being grown right now. But those cost increase aren't being passed along to us yet. But they would definitely get passed along in the months ahead. But needless to say, American people have already had enough. He said, as I detailed in an article that I posted last week, survey after survey have shown that inflation is the #1 political issue in the United States at this moment. But you people, man, you are fucking proud. You people are too damn entitled. Okay, you are too entitled. But anyway, let's get a couple of precepts. I don't want to spend all day on this. So this is the book of Psalms 105, and I'm going to start at verses 16. It says, moreover, he called for a famine upon the land, and he break the whole staff of bread. Okay, what's the whole staff of bread? This is talking about your food supply, your inflation. Okay, and this happened in ancient Egypt. It will happen in modern Egypt. Okay, like during the time of Acts, man. Hey, when the famine came in, I believe it was on the was it on the Claudius Caesar, if I'm not mistaken? I think Salaki, if I'm off, but I think it's Acts 12 when James was put to death. But hey, even during the time of the famine, the men of the Lord were working. They were teaching and they were still holding jobs, man. Okay, so we ain't just gonna roll over and just pinch out. Okay, but nonetheless, it will get hard for brothers. Okay, we will have to put our best foot forward and think about things to do to get out and come together, because it's gonna get real graphic out here and it's gonna get hard. Okay, to the point that a pack of turkey may run you 40-50 bucks. And if you ain't making that much money on a job, you ain't getting a 30-40% price increase to afford that, then, you know, you might as well forget about it. Because one thing, well, I do know, in the time of inflation, the company's supposed to eat the cost of inflation. So if inflation goes up 5%, your company need to match that by 2 or 3% extra or difference of what they're paying. So if inflation is 5%, your pay need to be at 8% more higher. They need to give you an 8% increase, 9-10%, so you can afford a margin. But these corporations are so greedy to the point they're not gonna do that, man. Okay, so that's the whole point. So next precept here. This is the book of Jeremiah 4, and I'm gonna start at verses let's start at verses 28. It says, "For this shall the earth mourn, and the heavens above be black, because I have spoken it, and I have purposed it, and will not repent, neither will I turn back from it." Okay, going into the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Now this is talking about the Israelites, but this is talking about at the time of famine, destruction. Okay, when our enemies pursued us. And it says here, "The whole city shall flee for the noise of the horsemen and the bowmen." Okay, your troops. It says, "For they should go into the thickets and climb up upon the rocks. Every city should be forsaken, and not a man dwelleth therein." Okay, so because, hey, look, they're trying to go to Mexico to pursue a lavish lifestyle, but hey, they're gonna be met with opposition as well. Okay, because hey, they put their trust in uncertain riches, man. Okay, matter of fact, let's find that uncertain riches, because they trust in it. They feel, because they know the U.S. dollar will they will live good in Mexico. Okay, like the U.S. dollar. Like I said, if you are you making, look, let's say you got a home job and you making $60,000-$70,000, $80,000, and you live in Mexico, you live like a fucking king. All right, you will live like a straight king, man, going across the border. But see what they gonna do? They gonna tighten up on restrictions. Man, you Americans gonna know what it's like to be pushed out, because hey, they don't want your ass down there for real, because you're gonna drive up the cost of their economy. Okay, because they gonna find all them dollars in circulation, and it may help them out a little bit. But see, this is what happens, man. When you have people, or you have a high demand of something, what happens is that you can increase prices, man. Like if it's a high demand for a 2-bedroom apartment, and let's say if they had a market rate at $850 a month, and you got a lot of people, man, they gonna sell that shit to the highest bidder. They gonna see who's willing to pay what. If somebody's willing to pay $11.50 for that unit, they gonna raise that shit up. So what you think they gonna do in Mexico? They gonna do the same thing. So you people, when you ain't escaping, all right? So this is the book of First Timothy 6, and I'm gonna start at 17. It says, "Charge them that are rich in this world." Okay, and that's you Americans, you Edomites. You're some of the wealthiest people on the planet. Okay, you have an abundance. And the people that's coming from California, believe me, if you live in Cali, you got some money. Okay, if you live in Baldwin Hills or Chino Hills, okay, live in the Bay Area, man, which the Bay Area was beautiful at a point in time. Now it's trash, man. The Bay Area was one of the most prolific places in the country to live. If you lived in the Bay Area, man, you was on a level. Okay, you know, shit. If I've known what I've known years ago, I would have moved to Cali a long time ago. But you know, I was young and traveled, and I was in the truth for the last 11 plus years. So, but regardless of that, man, hey, you people that lived in California, Northern Cali, you know, in the most extravagant parts, downtown LA, shit, you know how much money it costs? Yeah, shit, a studio probably run you $2,500 a month downtown LA. Okay, who's making that salary down there? Not too many people. Okay, though the wages are higher there, but regardless of that, like this guy in New York, what's the governor's name in New York? He said that they got these particular units, these high-end units. They said that you can't get in this unit unless you cap it at 160-something thousand a year. Who the fuck is making that shit, man? You got Jake that made 50, 60, 70 grand, 35 grand a year. The average Jake in this society is making anywhere between 20 to 40 grand. Okay, you lucky if you make anything over 50, 60. If you making 50 and 60, you doing pretty good. You see what I'm saying? You doing damn good. Okay, but it says here, charge them who are rich in this world that they be not high-minded. And you people are completely high-minded. Okay, it says, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power who give us richly all things to enjoy. Right? Okay, it says, they that do good, they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate, laying up and store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life. And this is the time we in. That's why our works, man, like the scriptures say, on earth as it is in heaven. The scriptures go into our works being our delivery ticket to the. It tells you in Ezra, it says, he that may escape by his works and by his faith should be saved. Okay, so hey, we making money right now. These shows, we going out, we're teaching, we're in the spirit, you know, we're praying. All these are tokens, man, for the Lord to open up that bank account, bro. So when the famine comes, when all hell break loose, the Lord is going to let you go into that bank account you set up in the heavens, man. He's going to let you, you know, make some moves out here. That's how I look at it. You know, come up with the count of the spiritual bank account. I've always said that, man. That was one of the first concepts I came up with. I said, all your works you're doing is of your spiritual bank account. And a lot of you Jakes are negative, man, and a negative, you're delinquent. Okay, you negative 144,000 in your account. So, hey, you better get to work quick. You know, you better do as much as you can so you can come out of that delinquency status, man. Because, hey, man, I'm trying to get the spiritual bag, okay? And I hate that word, I'm getting the bag. But you know what? I'm getting the spiritual bag, man. Lord's will is good enough. Lord's will, the Lord, you know, is storing up coins in my account. Because shit, I need it. I need every bailout I can get, you know, right along with the brothers, man. You see? So, yep. So anyway, going back into the article here, I kind of skimmed through it, but going up to a particular point, it reads, it says the national gas price hit a record high of $5.14 on Monday, reflecting nearly a 15-cent increase in the last week and 58-cent increase in the last month alone. Gas has literally been going up every single week. Okay, whether it's a cent here, a cent there. The gas station I go to is now going up, man. It was $4.17. Now that shit is like at $4.47. You see what I'm saying? And it's gonna continue to rise. Diesel is at $5 a gallon, and it's gonna continue to increase. So you people driving those diesel trucks, man, shit, you better get you a moped, man. You better get you a scooter or a bicycle. That's the only way you're gonna be trucking across here, busting. You ain't gonna be getting in that new Hellcat or that Jaguar like you stupid Jakes, man. You niggas going out buying Hellcats, but you can't put no gas. You know how much money it costs to fill up a fucking Hellcat now? Try $120, man. Okay. And it says, I used to warn my readers that a gallon of gasoline would someday cost $5, but now I can stop warning because it has already happened. Look, man, anybody that knows economics, basic economics, and the fact that they've been printing money since the 70s, man, without any backing, you can foresee that the shit was going to be $15 one day. I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. So don't give yourself too much credit, dude, because you're not a prophet. All right, you ain't out there teaching the word. Okay, you bring out good information with these articles, but ultimately we're using the information that you got and we're filtering it through the scripture. So, hey, it's a give or take thing. So don't flatter yourself like a lot of you people tend to do. Anyway, let's get another precept here. This is the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. Okay, and I got one more precept too that's going to seal it. This is Matthew 24, and I'm going to start at verses 37. It says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay, because wasn't Noah out there 100 plus years prophesying that it's going to rain, it's going to rain, it's going to rain, and people was talking mad as they was scoffing. Okay, they was abusing Noah or misusing him, so to speak. Okay, you know, gang saying same thing that the men of the Lord going through this day. They did the same thing to all the prophets. Are you just talking that shit? Y'all guys don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all just a bunch of fear mongering, man. Y'all talking what somebody else taught y'all. Well, the men of the Lord were taught by other men, man. That's in the scriptures. That's in Acts 10. Okay? So that's not off. Repeating what another prophet said. The scriptures say that. Why you think all the prophets prophesy the same thing for the most part? Read Hosea 12 and 10. You only got knowledge of what another man told you. Okay, well, hey, it's working. You know? But don't act like we don't study for ourselves, man. We read and we do our diligent research, man. You know, that's how we know the things we saying is correct. Unlike some of you people out there. But anyway, it says here, but as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. For in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage. That's why they want to go down there to continue in this folly. Okay, they're like, oh, trying to cheat the system. Well, you know what? If I make 100,000 a year and I go to Mexico, I'll be a millionaire. Well, you know what? Go and do that, but you gonna be a target for them cartels too, because they don't want you Americans down there. They know how shiesty you are to so-called Mexicans, man. They know how graphic you are, man. Don't let them immigrants come up here. When they come up here, you want to work the shit out of Instacart for $5 an hour. But now you want to go down there and take over their shit. I pray that them cartels be waiting on you damn heathens at the border with El Chapo, man, with the choppers and mow you people down. Because you people in America, Babylon got some fucking nerve, man. Now you want to run your funky asses to Mexico, but you want to keep the Mexicans out. You a bunch of goddamn hypocrites. And that's why the Most High is going to put every last one of you fucking devils in captivity, man. Thus says your Lord. And you better believe that 99.8% of the people going to Mexico are Edomites. Go ahead and step into the jungle you want to, man. Because guess what? The tourist attractions in Mexico, they're just as expensive as in America. You know why? Because they know you're going to spend American money. Like she said in Rush Hour. She said, oh, you got American money? Yeah. They know that you coming with the bread. So, think you're going to be all right. But it says here, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So yeah, go down there. Peace and safety, sudden destruction. And then before you know it, hey, the missiles are going to come, you know, and then all hell's going to break loose on you people, you know. So this is the book, last precept. This is the book. Yep, the book of Amos 5. This whole chapter is pretty good. Okay. But I'm going to start at verses 16. It says, therefore, thus says Yahweh, the power of hosts. The Lord said, thus, welling shall be in all streets. And you're seeing that. Okay. Sooner or later, this thing is going to pump out of control. Okay. They can't go to Canada because Canada has been going through inflation for the last 2 years. So before you know it, you're going to have everybody trying to flee to Mexico. Mexico don't want you damn devils down there. All right. And it says, and they should say in the highways, alas, alas. And they should call the husbandmen to mourning, such as the skillful of lamentation to wailing. Right, man, because it's going to be a common thing that people are going to be in a distressful situation. They're going to be in a distasteful, man. Okay, these people are going to be in straits, not knowing which left is right. Okay, mourning is going to be a common thing. When you go into husbandman, a husbandman is a man that plants. Okay, when you think of a farmer, okay, or somebody that plants seeds, that's what a husbandman is. A person that tills the earth. Okay, we put our seed in the earth, and it sprouts forth the seed we put in her. Just like that's why they call a woman Mother Earth. Okay, because you put your seed in the soil, just like when you impregnate a woman, and then the seed comes out. Okay, and it says, and all the vineyards should be welling, for I will pass through these, says the Lord. But woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? Right, you Christians out there, joy to the world and all that garbage, man. Kumbaya, yeah, all right. You don't vocab. That's why you never go into the day of the Lord, because you already know the day of the Lord is going to be a fiery fate for your ass, man. And I pray Yahweh Shai may give you one of the worst deaths of Edom, man. Okay, fucking Haman and Agagite. That's who you are, you low life piece of shit. You are a fucking scum, man. And I pray that the Most High keep your ass alive in the missiles. And I pray that you are one of the judgments of Revelation 14. I pray that you burning in that fire forever, vocab. You and your damn followers, man. And all them niggas that follow and support your dumb ass. Okay, I pray that you be tormented with fire and brimstone forever and ever, man. Okay, and I mean that shit. Because you coming against the men of the Lord, you trying to demonize us. The Most High is going to straight up mollywop your bitch ass, man. All right, and you ain't on no level. Fucking clown. And it says here, to what end is it for you? It says the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if did a man flee from a lion, you trying to flee from the inflation of soon to be the famine. You people are trying to flee. It says a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him. Okay, so you're going to go from one judgment to another because you're going to go down there and you're going to be met with adversity there. Okay, it says here, or went into his house and leaned his hand on a wall and a serpent bit him. So, hey, you can run to Mexico all you want, man. It ain't going to do you it ain't going to do you people no damn good. You know, ain't going to do you people no good. And it says, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? So, yeah, go ahead and flee to Mexico, but watch what the Most High got for you people. But anyway, I'm going to end it there, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, shalom and above all.